Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper. And guys, welcome to another edition of the Hard Truth Show. Just real quick before we get going, my audio show's good, so I hope everyone can hear me well. Just make a little more adjustment on the mic here. I know it's been a minute since I've been with everybody. I currently work a job close to home now, so I take off for Sabbath and new moons and the rest of it. I work pretty much all the time. Been working double shifts, which has been crazy, and took my family and spent some time with them at the beach and down in Florida. So I tried to take a breather in this insanity that is the world today. There is a lot of conversations that could be had right now. Iran, war with U.S., aliens, the whole space thing, which we're going to cover in a minute. I have my reasons for that because it's going to lead into the aliens thing, demons, nuclear war. I mean, we have pretty much nuclear proliferation threat with U.S. to Iran. The other day, I guess Putin made a threat of nuclear retaliation to Ukraine because he knows he can't get the job done over there without it. I guess it's going to come down to that. So just exciting times, interesting and exciting times in which we do live. By the grace of y'all, hopefully his kingdom come very soon. And, I just want to say before we get going, two quick notes is number one, April 15th will be the announcement of the winner for the bug out bag, the second bug out bag giveaway that I'm doing over on Patreon for those that support me over there. If you haven't checked out Patreon, links in the video description below. You can join over there for free. That way, in case YouTube throws me away over here and my content, I'm trying to move a bunch of stuff over there. But for the people that pay and support me over there and help contribute to this ministry, whether you're level 1, 2, or 3 tier, that is my way of giving back to you guys over there. And I'm going to try to do more to give back because I truly appreciate it. It helps pays for StreamYard. It helps pays for the editing software that I have to pay for to edit videos. It just helps a lot. And it's helped on Fuel to travel, to visit people and speak. And I'm trying to set aside funds for Texas this November for TruthorCon 2026 as well. That'll help that. So I truly appreciate the support out there. So with that said, guys, today we are looking at stream 107, and it is Back to Space Lies 2.0, the further proof we live on a flat earth under a dome. And I really hope this is educational today because I used to be a huge NASA fan. I mean, like years ago, this has been a NASA t-shirt on. I'm like, woo! I've been to Houston. I've been to Florida. I've been all over the place to see it over the years, in my travels. And then 2015, I woke up and I'm like, dude, we live on a flat earth under a firmament dome. Scripture's right. You can look at the book of Amos all the way through. I mean, like, there's so many references throughout the scripture that literally we live under a firmament dome. And you look at the book of Joshua, sun and the moon stood still for flying 25,000 miles an hour through space. I mean, like everybody just flew off the spinning ball. But this goes deeper than the flat earth conversation today. What it goes to is that there is an agenda being set up that I feel like is going to be multi-pronged. And I'm going to let my mouse charge just a little bit more real quick, guys, where I've been out of town and gone for weeks. I'm going to let that charge a little more for a minute while I break these points down. But number one is you need to understand in the very, very end, right, that, it says Satan can even be transformed into an angel of light, right? And we need to understand that there is a massive revealing. I think the Epstein files tipped something that is going to continue to snowball because, there's people that's been a victim there that said that they've seen reptilian type people. There's victims of things that have said they've seen demonic entities, appearing as aliens. There is a lot to unpack with this. And eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if extraterrestrial beings, I have to keep doing this because I'm trying to just convey my point, is that it wouldn't surprise me if there's so-called extraterrestrial beings in the future is the excuse for a lot of the wars to be put down. Just like Ronald Reagan talked about the United Nations Assembly, General Assembly. There is a lot that could be rolled forward from this because I'm going to bring up in a minute J.D. Vance, what he's talking about going Area 51, investigating the alien situation himself. Like, there's a lot being let loose right now. And so, while there's war in the so-called Middle East, which to me is just Northeast Africa, part of that continent, because I look at Iran as the beginning of Asia and Persia, right? And out that way. So there's that. I'm just trying to catch up, everybody, because we haven't spoken like 2 or 3 weeks on a live stream, and there is just a lot with this alien agenda, and so I try to take advantage of when I can speak against the space program and the all the stuff that's going on out here to deceive the masses. Because I mean, for crying out loud, they launched the space shuttle on April Fool's Day. Right? Like, I mean, if I'm working for NASA, let me tell you, we launch 300 on their pagan Roman satanic Gregorian calendar and not the scriptural calendar, right? Which we should be going off of. And if you haven't checked it out, right here, World's Last Chance has a great calendar app, by the way. It's free. You can download it. But, like, if I'm them, we're launching 364 days a year, friend. And that 364th day, or the other day that's left, it's April Fool's Day. We're not launching on that, all right? Because we're going to catch an L for our fake space program. I mean, keep in mind that NASA is the biggest purchaser, I believe, of CGI. They are the biggest purchaser of helium. Now that we've got the, oh my gosh, what's Elon Musk's thing with the satellites, his thing? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, and I apologize. But now he may be purchasing more Starlink. He may be purchasing more helium now than NASA, so there may be a little bit of competition there. So there's that. But I digress. So to get shalom, much love to everybody coming in the building. I'll let that sleeping dog lie for a minute. But to get started, all right, I'm going to let me make sure here I've got this, and I'm gonna screen share 2 videos real quick, kind of just to set a tone and fair use on this. Okay, I'm going to comment on this as it goes, but these really kind of set the tone for where I'm going with my conversation as well today, because there is a lot scripturally taking place in the last days. Deception. I mean, keep in mind, folks, if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived. So there's a lot going on right now we need to be mindful of, because they're not telling you the true nature of the world you live in, that your creator is just above you, and that you are in a geostationary flat earth with a firmament dome above, with the stars fixed in the firmament, and waters above and waters below. They're not telling you these things, all right? And they're not going to tell you these things, all right? So let us begin here. Let me screen share, and let's get this party started. All right, so first one, share this tab. All right, let me see. I think, oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Just a second. Let me log this in. Give me just a second, guys. I should have just went ahead and pulled this up. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me screen share this instead. I apologize. And let's share this tab instead. And Jens, let me
turning to the moon.
Okay.
On April Fool's Day. Nothing screams, this is 100% real, like launching your historic comeback on the international holiday
I just
for
made
liars
right there a second
idiots.
ago is that,
the Artemis 2 mission blasts off tonight.
Let's launch on April Fool's Day. What screams that we're lying to you more than that, right?
6:45 p.m.
So
Eastern.
we got that.
It's a heart-pounding 10-day adventure where the crew gets to
out here in space
fly around the moon.
Days, right? They're
no landing,
fly around
no
the moon.
Footprints.
They're
just a casual orbit.
They're going to catch
like they're window shopping for real estate. They're too broke
you know what's
to
crazy
buy.
to me is right here. They took pictures of Earth, and they took pictures of Earth from the moon, right? And people was like, I seen this meme that making fun of it. It's like, why is the moon so big right here from Earth? But from the space shuttle going to the moon, it's so far away, in relation to Earth.
And naturally, the crew checks every modern box.
They don't
the first woman, the first person of color, and the first Canadian.
We've got,
because after 55 years of we lost the technology, what we really needed wasn't better rockets.
Got the whole crew
it was a perfect diversity photo op.
Diversity.
NASA's priorities are clearly in order. President Trump says
right here, keep in mind
winning
that when
bigly.
I'm not going to say
winning
the name
at doing
of that
victory
missile, because in the 19th chapter, I believe it is, a book of Acts, which we'll cover here in a minute, that is the Greek, I believe it was in the Latin form, Diana is how that they spoke of that entity. And
lapse in
it's just they
Let's
name
run the
all
numbers,
these launches
geniuses.
and stuff after false
From
deities,
1969
right?
to
The other thing that
1972,
gets pointed out,
NASA
right, is so they
supposedly planted
supposedly
flags on the moon
lost,
6
all this
times,
technology
like it was
too,
easier
right?
than flipping burgers.
And then now
Slide rules, vacuum
we finally
tubes,
got
and zero
figured out,
climate
so we can
anxiety.
go back and
But
keep
the
in mind
last
all the
55
technology
years,
they had at the time. You have more tech in your phone today than they had pretty much at mission control
total
years
radio
ago,
silence.
Right?
Their excuse?
multi-million-dollar rover
We
set
lost
up
the
that's
technology.
on
Lost the
just a cheap
technology.
vehicle frame.
Like your drunk uncle
There's
losing
a
the
lost
TV
technology he's
remote
talking
during the
about,
Super
right?
Bowl. Super credible. Maybe Buzz Aldrin can clear it up for us.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
Just real quick before we go any further, can somebody comment you can hear the audio on this? I want to make sure this part right here is absolutely crystal clear, because from the mouth of babes is the truth, and this child right here really put Buzz Aldrin on a spot right here. So can somebody just tell me if they were able to hear the audio on the Facebook real good? Let me see what here. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, y'all's little flock. I appreciate that. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna play this.
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen...
He said because we didn't go there, right? Old man's starting to get old and starting to slip.
It's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Real smooth, Buzz. That'll convince the skeptics. Oh, and here's the best part. Artemis 2 isn't even landing. It's just doing a lazy circle around the moon like a scared tourist. All to prepare us for an actual landing in 2028. After waiting over half a century, we get 4 more years of excuses and CGI renders. Brilliant. So let me get
now one thing
this
about
straight. In the 1960s, we could do it 6 times with 1960s
they
tech.
really put a
but
lot more effort into deceiving the masses. I have to say they've gotten really sloppy and lazy in the government and in NASA anymore, because back in the day, they showed a lot more of so-called moon footage, even footage of the moon itself, and then landing on the moon showed footage. Like, they've been really lazy
with
on
supercomputers,
so
reusable rockets, and bottomless budgets. We need decades just to do a flyby? This is our first rodeo? Or did we already film the whole thing on a Hollywood soundstage with Stanley Kubrick yelling "cut" while a wind machine blows lunar dust in slow motion? If we really went back then, why does going back now feel like the most expensive, most checkbox-filled, slowest con job in human history? Drop your wildest theories. What do you think they're really hiding this time? For the first...
All right, so there's that, right? And I just, it's mind-boggling to me to see how lazy they are this time around. Like I said, is because there's a picture I'm going to show you in a minute, and it literally is from prior NASA photo, like the blue marble, and then the same exact moon surface, same exact picture of the Earth, same clouds, everything. It's exact. They just overlay the new shuttle over, or the new capsule window over. It's crazy. I'm telling you, you got to see some of this in a little bit. But let me see. let me see what I want to do with this next one. Sorry, guys, I got one more to play for you because this guy right here, I appreciate the honesty and the shout out to the TikToker or Facebook person that shared this. I don't want to steal anybody's content. I just, like I said, I'm just shouting it out. Let's see here. Just 1 second. Here we go. All right, just check this out.
Say, but this person says it so much better, and I'm gonna let him say it. And I want you to listen to every word because it's just so perfect. I wish I would have said it.
I'm not saying that the Artemis 2 mission is being faked, but what I am saying, and emphatically, is I'm underwhelmed.
Now, keep in mind, all right, this person's not screaming up and down they're a flat earther, all right? They're not screaming scriptural flat earth. They're just like, the same point I've made is like, this guy's underwhelmed. I'm not blown away by anything
right
he
now.
shared.
I was really excited for some cool stuff. And I've seen about 10 still photographs, just static images that look slightly better.
Yeah. And I've got you some video in a minute where it shows like the supposed to be like the them getting closer to the moon, and like you can see where there's blips in it where that they had to reset the CGI. I've got you some great stuff if you just stick with me.
Better than the ones taken in 1969. Apparently from the exact same spot. They have a spot they like. They like to take a picture with the Earth about that big, and then they don't take any other pictures. And what an opportunity to really stick it to the flat earthers, except for every still image makes the Earth kind of look like a flat disc. So I don't know why you're doing that. I don't need an interview with the crew telling me how they...
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to the crew. What we want to see is what you went there for. Like, we don't want to talk to you.
Eat soup out of a pouch. Take the camera to the window and shut up and just let me see it. I don't know. Why isn't there something mounted on the outside that just constantly gives me video of the Earth? Show me something with...
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, you know, these the Go Fast 2014 video, which was huge to me, opening up to learning flat Earth, because the relation of where the moon was and the sun was supposed to be that day. Once it got up there, you could actually see it, and it was supposed to be like over South Pacific, yet you could see the sun and the moon in the same area. And that shouldn't have been possible on a globe, but it absolutely is on a flat disc, and it was. And so that's a great point right there. It's like, why is there not, you know, video on the rockets? Well, that's one of the obvious reasons right there too.
Movement. Show me weather patterns moving on the Earth. Show me rotation of the Earth, zoomed out so you can see the entire sphere rotate. You really want to blow my mind? Show me some upside down flying planes. That's what Daddy wants to see. A skyline of a major city upside down with planes flying like that. That's all I want. And I'm getting none of that. And I suspect I will get none of that either. And we don't know what's real or what's fake. So I don't know why anyone's excited about anything they're seeing. This is so disappointing.
What's the deal?
Yeah. So that wraps that one up. And real quickly, I want to respond to this first question. It's, how in the world can you be in your mind to think Earth is flat, space is fake, moon landing is not real, etc.? And I'd like to respond to this, Robear, if you're in here. Is, keep in mind, I used to be a huge fan of NASA, right? Space, whole 9 yards. Now, the question that really needs to be asked is, how can you be in your mind to think that we live on a globe? Because from an engineering manual that says don't account for any curvature drop, I work in construction, keep in mind. And, you know, so knowing that, from the simplest thing from construction to what your eyes physically see, how can one, you know, understand such a lie? And, you know, the other thing is that, you know, space is the fakery of space. I'll be back in a minute. I love you, hon. I'll be in there in a minute. Sorry, guys. My oldest daughter wanted to come say hi to me. And the fakery of space, you know, there is real space, which is under a firmament dome. And then there is space that is made up like Star Wars universe, right? And you can literally see stars in water. Like if you see pool lights and you look in a pool, people shown where like actual stars, when you actually look at it in the sky, it looks just like that when they put a light in water. You can see that there's like a liquid in front of the moon at times. There's ripplage in it. Like it's crazy. And the moon landing, Stanley Kubrick's basement, right? Like you can just you can go look that one up for yourself. All right. It's just there's so many lies. All right. So the next thing that I want to share with you, let's see, is I think I'm going to put this one up. Let me get this comment off here. The audio is louder than you. Okay, well, I imagine that was on the Facebook video. Let's see. Things are, and it is normal. We are different. Okay, so I guess we can just agree to disagree on that. So here is the next thing I want to share with you guys, right? Is you can see the picture, and I don't want to say these deities' names, false deities' names, right? But it's remarkable coincidence that the earth was exactly the same orientation to the moon with exactly the same cloud coverage when these two pictures were taken 68 years apart. So here you have there, the old one, everybody's seen in textbooks. And here you have the new one. And guess what? It's the same stuff, just a little bit more clear photo editing. And this one here now, if you haven't seen this video, you need to look it up. They're spinning the mascot little plushy thing around or whatever. I looked at it briefly the other day. I didn't put a lot of time into it because I've seen this garbage in the past. And long and short of it, it glitches. And another thing too is the one person lays down a glasses case and everything else is so-called floating, and the glass case just lays flat on the desk. So they've really gotten sloppy this time. Like, look, they were sloppy years ago. They've been sloppy on some ISS videos at times, but they've been mega uber sloppy this time. Like it's bad. Like I don't even have to put much effort in it whatsoever to conclude this out. Okay. Now, next, a long time ago, speaking of the ISS, there was Bush Sr. being pushed through NASA, right? And he visits it. And there is this gridded screen behind Tim. And, they go on to say that it was a green screen for CGI. But actually, if you look at what he was doing and later on, it actually was being manipulated. And I mean, you can agree to disagree. It don't matter to me. I'm telling you these things so that you can go seek them out to see if they be so. I've seen so many lies, so much CGI, so much manipulation that I don't even have to take like just a few minutes to look at this stuff anymore and be like, oh, I know exactly what's going on with that. And it's all this mass agenda, pushed forward to deceive the masses. And if I could just read to you just real quick, I think I'll do it right here off of Acts 19, and I encourage you to read this entire chapter. I just want to pass this along to you, is that it's interesting to me, the amount of money that was spent, the amount of NASA worship that goes on by people, the amount of a whole industry that's created around it and a following, is that there was in Paul's travels, he said, so went into Macedonia, two of them that ministered, and this 22nd verse going forward, and Timotheus and Erastus, but he himself stayed in Asia for a season. At the same time rose no small stir about that way, for a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, which is the Latin, I think that's the Latin form name of what is the shuttle, the mission called after, that's that, brought no small gain unto the craftsman. In other words, let me put this for you in layman's terms. The deity I'm talking about right now is the same type deity they worshipped ancient times that is called as the space program's current mission thing, right? All right, there you go, layman's terms. So whom he called together with the workmen of it like occupation, said, sirs, You know that by this craft we have our wealth. Okay, this is huge industry. NASA's huge industry and theft of government dollars of the people, we the people, because it's all selling lies. And furthermore, you watch the launch; it went up and curved, and then went right out in the Bermuda Triangle to drop in the sea with the rest of them. And people's like, well, they're going out, exiting out Earth and blah, 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 blah. Just save it. I'm not interested. So that not only is our craft in danger to be set and all, but also that the temple of the great Goddess, Diana, should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship. And when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, great is Diana of the Ephesians. And the whole city was filled with confusion. Having caught Gaius and Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, Paul's companions in travel, they rushed with one accord in the theater. And you can read on down through here later how that, thankfully that got busted up. These people got all sorts of torqued up because Paul was cutting in on them, right? And because we're being encouraged to worship the living Elohim, the Most High Yahuwah, and worship him, keep his commands, statutes, judgments, and honor the living one. Because Malachi 3:6, I am Yahuwah, I change not, right? There's just one creator. And man, it's something else, folks. The deception that is in front of us, but there is all an intent. We got a bunch of people in here, I guess, that needed to show up and support the Globe Earth Day. Guys, I need you to understand something, and I need you to understand it really deep. Is one day you're going to be deeply disappointed when the heavens roll back like a scroll and you see the Most High in his glory, and this earth gets shook, and that it has a foundation. It has ends of the earth. It has a dome over it. Matter of fact, if you read the Apocalypse of Abraham, it actually has 7 layers to the dome. You're going to be deeply shook to your core when this happens. Now, some people's going to get it today. Some people's going to get it midstream of crap hitting the fan. And some people are going to get it toward the end. And some people I don't think ever going to get it. But it's hard to put this indoctrination away. It's everywhere you turn. Space, the globe earth. It's in the beginning of your entry to your movies. It's all around. And the point that people should be questioning, and it's like as a libertarian, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm for the Constitution when it comes to political things. I feel like it's the same thing when it comes to flat earth and globe. Is people fight so hard for both sides. It's like, what really matters? And what should really matter is, what does the scripture say? Because if the scripture said, listen, it's a globe, here's line items, go look for it. And I can physically go up out there and observe it. I'm like, dang, it is a globe. But whenever I see that it says it's a flat world under a firmament dome, and there's so many different evidences that teach me such, just like, for example, curvature drop, the funniest one, and at the same time, the most damning, I think. And shout out to Brother Rob Skiba for this one, is that, like, you take the Chicago skyline, right? And you shoot a laser, and people's doing this all different places across the world now. You shoot a laser and you're able to check that laser at that distance. And it's like 20 miles, 30 miles, 40 miles, and there's no drop. The curvature drop calculator, you should be miles and miles off at that point, but yet you're not. And it's just like, I was just at the beach, and you can watch ships go out, and they go over the curve. They went over the curve. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I can't help it. I've heard all these arguments. So it went over the curve. And then I get my phone, our fancy smart device, because apparently we're not smart, so we have to have a smart device. And then you go, whoop, and there's the ship again. And then I sit here on the beach, right? And I'm like, all right, let it go, let it go. And sailboat goes off in the distance again. And I go, whoop, and there it is again. But it should have went over the edge. And it's just crazy, man. It's absolutely ludicrous. The globe doctrine. I've never had a problem defending the truth. And the funny thing is people that were atheistic, it's not funny, it's actually a blessing. People that were atheistic seen the truth of the flat earth, and they came to believe in the Most High. I've seen people literally come back and attest to that. And I'm so grateful the content's made a difference. I mean, like Flat Earth Brothers, they've seen that happen with their content too. Shout out to the NPM, check their content out. Great flat earth content. But you have this subset of people that are absolutely unwilling to investigate. Like, I think it's not so much as that the truth is not obvious and that it's not accessible and it's not believable. It's that they are, a convenient lie is more to be desired than the truth. Because when you see the flat earth truth, you see honestly just how far this rabbit hole has went to deceive everyone. It's deep, man. It's really, really flipping deep. So to get back on track, which is the core of the matter I want to get to, I want to read this real quick. Somebody says, it's easier to be deceived than for them to believe the truth. I'm a flat earther all the way. A shout out to you. Much love. Rusty Nails 9324. The government released 44 documents proving the earth is flat. Listen, everybody knows. Everybody knows that's in the top. They want to make sure to keep everybody stupefied. I think it's interesting too. Last point I'll make before I actually get to the meat on the table of this conversation today is that I think that it's imperative to understand timing. I always look at timing in life. Okay. Anymore. That is the most critical thing. I'm like, why in this moment did said thing happen? Right. In the past weeks, you have had the world unhinged, headed toward World War III. You have Trump wanting to use nuclear proliferation. You have Russia and Putin wanting to use nuclear proliferation in Ukraine. Now, I have my own thoughts about nuclear devices and war and stuff. And that can be a conversation for another day. But there is all sorts of laws going to affect. There's all sorts of AI things going to affect. There's just so much going on lately. And we have this space launch going on to keep people towards something positive, something scientific, something extraordinary. And in the background, the world's burned down. Like there's what is it, Palm Beach Pete? I wish my wife's in the room so I could ask her. I think she said Palm Beach Pete the other day. Dude freaking looks just like Jeffrey Epstein. If it ain't him, of course, now his Fortnite account's active in Israel. So he's probably over in Israel, but now he might not be right now. I know if I was going to get blown up in Israel right now, I'd be hidden or go to Palm Beach Pete land in Florida. I'd be in Palm Beach Pete land, just saying. So, there's that. And for the wicked, these are historically the worst, ugliest. For the righteous, this is so awesome. This is like the Super Bowl, laugh out loud. Uriah Hudson 7. Absolutely, brother. I got to say that, for years and years, I was kind of very depressed because I'm like, you're out here struggle busting, trying to keep the truth. And, things are they're just mulling along. And now things are just spiraling. And I'm like, I'm actually happier and more at peace and more joyful for the kingdom of Yah to come. And it's like the world is burning outside my window. Like it is such a reverse psychology for me. Like I don't understand it. I get up every day. I wake up. I'm like, my blood pressure is better. My rest is better. I'm just like happier in my soul. And I'm like, I can pick up scripture and be like, X, Y, and Z is happening right now. Like we could literally sit here and talk about 2 Esdras chapter 16. Woe to you, Babylon, Asia. Woe to you, Egypt, Damascus. Put on hair, cloth, sackcloth, away, sons and daughters, to destruction's not at hand. Talked about this for almost, for at least a decade. And that, the beginning of sorrows in the Middle East, or Northeast Africa to me. But what's so-called the Middle East, it's laid out in 2 Esdras 16 that this will be the beginning of sorrows when you see these things come past. Let's unpack that. Syria, Damascus, right? That's modern day Damascus, right? So that, according to Isaiah 17, will be the ruinous heap, right? Then you have Iraq, which is Babylon, ancient Babylon, which is modern day Iraq, right? Then you have Persia, which is modern, or Asia, which is modern day Iran. And then you have Egypt, all right? And there's proxy fighting in all these places, and there's all sorts of things going on. And Iran's being carpet bombed to the ground, right? And so, there is a lot going on. And then you have the river Euphrates supposed to be dry between like 2030 and maybe a little after. And I think 2040 could be the absolute max out. Like there ain't even a discussion. Like by this time, this water faucet is turned dry. So you have all this going on. And then we still have people out here asleep at the wheel, believing that, SC's model rocket got launched off. I used to love shooting SC's model rockets, right? Shoot them off, and I promise I'm going to get on point after this right here, is that shoot them off in the backyard, and I'd love to watch them go up and then come down and parachute, you know, and I'm just like, we're paying for multi-million-dollar SC's model rockets to go off into the Atlantic Ocean. I'm like, but baby, we're going to the moon. Woo! Moon, baby. We're there. Yeah. All right. So to get to the heart of the matter, why all this is so important is I think that you've got to understand, and I don't even think, I have absolutely observed this, is that you have got to understand that if you don't hear another word that comes out of Luke's mouth today, 7 Trump's Prepper, is that you have got to continue to feed an agenda. It don't matter if it's a crock of lies. I've seen this in business. People be selling stuff and they ain't even got the product to put back. And they will still sell you that product. Look, my skid steer, it's a business card holder. They'll be like, listen, you need to buy this product. I've got 1 skid steer, but I've already sold 10 of them. Ain't even parts to build on assembly line. And they still be selling them, right? That's how a lot of businesses do, right? Bankrupt out. Dirty, slimy business. But that's exactly how the government's got to operate. And that's how Satan's kingdom right now has got to operate. They've got to keep selling this lie. Because very soon, the rubber's going to meet the road. And you're going to see things that haven't been seen since the days of Noah. You're going to see demonic entities. You're going to see angels being released from the river Euphrates. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to leave you unhinged. And if you ain't ready for it, you're going to be taken off guard because that you believe the lies that's been spout out to you in NASA to deceive, nasa, right? In Hebrew, to deceive. And also there is to lift up, right? And so interesting that, you know, some of the terms and things that's used and how they're used. But right here, without further ado, I want to read this to you, right? So J.D. Vance, and I'm going to get my glasses on here, guys. I got to be an OG for a minute. Says here, this was on Donald Trump for president, if you want to check this out. And I believe I screenshotted this 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. So if you want to find it on Facebook, it says J.D. Vance drops a bombshell. UFOs aren't aliens, they're demons. Now, this is important. I'm going to pull this down and up because I want to conversate with you along. This is important because CE4 Research Group, who was it? It was Tom Horn and Chris Putnam. Yeah, I had to get the book for a second to think about it. They have pointed this out, I believe, in the past when they I think they interviewed CE4 Research Group, and they pointed out that, you know, when people were having interaction with so-called aliens, they would cry out to Messiah, and the demonic influence would stop, right? So knowing this, you know, this is important to read into this because now they're starting to drip feed truth out to the public, right? And Vice President J.D. Vance is done with the little green men nonsense. In a no-holds-barred interview, he laid out a clear Christian take on the strange lights and craft plaguing our skies. These aren't visitors from another planet. There's something more sinister from the spiritual realm. Now, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and I love how that the interdimensional aspect was explained in the Indiana Jones movie, right? Kingdom Crystal Skull, right? And not to bring in secular things on, especially on the last day of Feast of Passover, or unleavened bread, forgive me, is that I just want you to know that, like, this stuff's been drip-fed truth to people for a long time, right? And now it's finally like we have political figures, high-level political figures saying what all of us as truthers been telling for a long time. Says, I don't think they're aliens, Vance said flatly. They are weird things out there that are very difficult to explain. He went further, calling out the rush to slap an extraterrestrial label on everything unexplained. I think the celestial beings who fly around to do weird things to people, I think that the desire to describe everything celestial as otherworldly, to describe it as aliens, Vance roots his view in solid biblical truth. Good and evil are real, and the devil loves playing hide and seek. When I hear about natural phenomenon, that's where I go to the Christian understanding that there's a lot of good out there, but there's also evil out there. I think that one of the devil's great tricks is to convince people he never existed. Facts, bro. And he's not just talking. The vice president is obsessed with getting to the bottom of it. With his top secret security clearance in hand, Vance plans to head straight to the heart of the mystery Area 51, New Mexico hotspots, and Hangar 18 in Ohio. Real investigation, real answers, real disclosure. This is what America First leadership looks like. Hold on just a second. I think I got that there. This is what America First leadership looks like. No more endless government stonewalling on UAPs. And no more chasing fairy tales about space brothers. Vance is bringing faith, common sense, and a willingness to confront evil head on in the highest levels of power. Finally, someone in Washington ready to shine a light on the darkness instead of hiding behind national security excuses. So, very intriguing. Very intriguing. And I just feel like that at some point that the disclosure it's all going to be like coincide. You know, you gotta I feel like the following scenario will play out, right? Is that you're going to have a lot of lead up of war, and then you're going to have some outside proxy force, demons, aliens, and then this is going to cause everyone to drop what they're doing and try to figure out a way to bring about peace. I really feel like the alien agenda is going to be a massive linchpin in the final days, because when Messiah comes back in the new kingdom, they are going to attack him, because they're going to be like, listen, we done dealt with this once. Next time somebody shows up on our doorstep, on our globe, that we're going to take them out. And I need you to understand that that is what everything out here, they're working this toward in a big way, because eventuality, all this space program stuff, all this deception, all this, it is stacking to an ultimate end. And I hope that people will take the cavalier laziness that is the space program today and unpack that and see that, just for example, right here, that if I went to the moon, I'm telling you what, buddy, oh, Luke, listen, when I go places, right, over the years, I'm like, it'd be like, you know, like a magnificent black bear, right? I'm out here in the mountains in Tennessee, and I'm like, I'm filming that black bear the whole time, right? I'm so excited to see it, right? Because I'm 40 years old, live in East Tennessee, and I hardly ever see bears. But when you do, it's magnificent. If I went to the moon, if I could actually go to I feel like it's like the Minion side. Crew, we're going to the moon. I would be like, bro, live streaming that thing the whole time on my YouTube channel. Just saying. As long as I got Wi-Fi signal, y'all, I'm live streaming nonstop. I'm not sending a bunch of dumb pictures. I'm sorry, that's just too magnificent. And we get the same view from back in the day, and then we get the same exact cloud. I mean, look at that. My final question, especially to Globers today, is show me the stars, show me the satellites that's billions been spent on, because we all know them hanging on helium balloons. And people have been taking thermal and pulling up the Starlink so-called satellites, and they're hanging on a helium balloon floating through the sky. It's outstanding. I'm telling you, man, technology is just wilding out here, and the people with it. And show me that, right? So what did I say? Stars, satellites. Show me chemtrails. Show me the clouds moving. I mean, give this brother a bone. All right, throw the dog a bone, man. I mean, it is crazy. Like, I just cannot. I cannot with this. And guys, if you're watching this, please drop a like. Please share this with other people. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because that way the algorithm push this out. Please do something to help get this word out, because I'm telling you, like, people need to hear this. This is the stuff that people need to be hearing right now to help lead them to the light so they can have salvation. Because I'm telling you, dark times are ahead of us. I had it wrote down on my notes for 2 weeks, I think, and especially while I was going on vacation, I was like, this Iran thing's huge. I was like, nuclear war stuff, it needs to be talked about. I'm going to be talking about it coming up. U.S. and Russia both wanting to do nukes. The space program. I had like all these things listed out. Synagogue of Satan, covering it about false Israel over there. I just have so many things I wanted to bullet point punch out. And I was like, which one does really need to be first one off the press? And I'm like, it's this. Because when you start seeing the deception of it, you'll see so much more. But you've got to make an effort. You've got to make an effort to study this out to see if it be so. There's a Go Fast 2014 rocket launch. All right. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick while I'm talking with you. And I'm going to email myself the link to it so that I can pull this up. And you need to see this because for me, it was the thing that really changed my life. Here we go. Let me see. Unedited footage of Go Fast 2014 launch. Buddy, we're going to do this today. We're going to close out this live stream with the Go Fast 2014 video that helped change Seven Trumpets Prepper to a flat earther. So let's do it, peeps. Let me get my email edited up here. Let me make sure that did go through. Give me just 1 second, guys. I didn't think I would do this, but I'm going to do it. Let me see. Let me make sure it went in there. All right. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do it the hard way. YouTube. Give me just a second, guys, because I don't have a mouse, or I don't have a, oh my goodness, a keyboard. So I'm doing this the hard way. But you got to see this. Just be patient with me a second. I promise it's going to be worth the effort. All right, Go Fast. Let's see, 2014. And just FYI, fair use on this. Fair use. All right, let me get this now to where I can present this. Here we go. All right, let me make sure that's on the screen. Good. All right. Fair use. And be warned, you may become a flat earther after this. All right, here we go. All right, now you see this spiraling. I'm going to fast forward this. You can go back and watch the entire thing. I need to get it up here. I need to get it up to where it, where it hits the dome. All right, here we go. So it's spiraling, flying. Drink some water. Let you see this. See, why can't I ask to do that? Please and wide. It's going. I don't even care about the fish lens on it. All right, that ain't even interesting to me. What's interesting to me is when it hits the dome, right? So it hits the dome, and then it goes plunk and starts falling back down slow. And then you see the sun and the moon in the same plane. And you shouldn't do that because at the time and date stamp, it should have been over around near Australia. Yeah, we're getting there. Almost there. All right, and then you're going to see the sun. And then you're going to see the moon over there. It's on the far end of the disc. Just bear with it. This thing just rotates, flops all over the place. Sun. Moon. It's crazy. Right up here. The first one though. See, I did. That's what I done. I went too far. This thing goes up, and when you see it, it hits the dome in the beginning though on this view, and it's a mad stop. Yeah, it's about right here. And it just gets up there, and then it's like, boink. I love it because you can see the sun and the moon in it both, and it shouldn't be there. Just absolutely great stuff. But and there was the moon right there as I clicked it off. But I'm just telling you, if you take the time to do your research, to do your due diligence, you will just see how much a bed of lies this is that many people's laying in. I hope that this new era of lies wakes up multitudes to the true nature of the world we live in. I honestly hope it's an awakening. I hope it's counterintuitive. I hope Satan's devices turns on him, because many people have seen the past and it has caused them to love the Most High and walk in truth in the future. I'm hoping the same effect takes place now in a greater way, because a lot of young people, millennials, and especially the younger generation coming up, they are skeptics, man. They are untrusting of this government. They are untrusting of lies, and this may be a turning point for many of them. So, guys, with that said, I'll be on. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back on Y'all Wheeling again this week, and we're going to talk about nuclear weapons. We're going to talk about the fall of America, the end of this empire. It's a lot of stuff is going to be discussed, and I really hope that you come back by for that. And so, guys, as always, till we see again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, hope Most High Yah baruch you and keep you, make his face shine up on you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends, in Yahushua name.